Hi everyone, so today I want to talk a little bit about how to choose repertoire and etudes for your Royal Conservatory students. So a couple of months ago I had posted some videos about Royal Conservatory and why I love the program and why I use it for my students. And then I also had posted a video about how to pick the right level for your students. So if you've never done the program before, that's really helpful to know, since there are a lot of exam programs and not all of the levels are like equally transferable. So now I want to talk about how to pick pieces for your students. So I have a bunch of the books. I have a big stack there, but it's too many to show you right now. But just yesterday I was picking some pieces for a little student who's just starting out in Prep A. She is so excited about taking her Royal Conservatory exam. So we were picking the pieces yesterday. So for Preparatory A, the student gets to pick 3 repertoire pieces. And yes, you can have like teacher's choice and there's all these other books that you can use, but I like to keep things simple and just have no doubt that whatever I pick for my student is going to be approved and right, and there's not going to be any issues with it. So I always have my students learn their pieces out of the repertoire books. That's from Royal Conservatory, so the 2022 edition. So there are a lot of really wonderful pieces in here, some that you can find from like other method books. So the table of contents lists it all out. So I like to kind of demonstrate different pieces for my students and see what they like. And it's also important to keep in mind that you want to pick contrasting styles. So you don't want to give your student 3 fast staccato-y pieces or 3 slow pedal-y pieces. You want to show different styles. So maybe give them like a classical piece. Like this one has some classical and kind of more Baroque style pieces like as an introductory thing. So that would be a style. And then they have The Haunted Mouse by Randy Faber. So that one is like a really good like staccato, like really fun piece. Then they have The Haunted Harp. So that's another great one, very pedally. So just picking different types of repertoire that show how your student can play different styles, different articulation types, different characters. So that all starts at this very young age of Preparatory A. So it's nice and simple. So I like to pick everything from here and demonstrate. So when I'm picking the pieces, I might have in my mind the kind of pieces I want them to play, and I'll say, okay, so here's like the fast one that we're gonna pick. So you can pick from these 3 songs and I'll play and I'll have them rate on a scale of 1 to 10. 1, they hate it, they never wanna learn that piece. 10, they love it, can't wait to start. And whichever one they get the highest rating to, that's the one that they pick. And then I might say, okay, this is gonna be like your slow, expressive, like more pedally piece, and then I'll play a few of those that are in the book. Or like maybe this will be your like more classical sounding one, since at the preparatory level, they don't divide it into the time periods as they do in the older levels. So that's just a really great way to give your student choice. And then they're picking the piece, then they love it, they want to practice it. So I've always enjoyed doing that, and it's good for the student to hear me demonstrate as the teacher, and just good for them to hear what the piece will sound like as a finished product. So I hope this helps you when you're picking repertoire for your students. Remember, always check that 2022 syllabus. Make sure everything's on there. They're super detailed. Everything's really granular in there. So it's a really, really helpful resource.